So along that track, I want to ask. I have a big section of people that would love to be in your shoes. So, what advice do you have for someone who might want to become a stylist?
There's different types of styling. Like some people style personal clients. Some people, you want to go into the movie, music industry, or you want to style for maybe a magazine. Is it more editorial? Is it more commercial? But one thing I could say is that, first of all, you really have to network. It's really who you know. I mean, you have to, you know, give out your business cards. For the 100 business cards that you give away, maybe one of those will actually like call you for something, or For me, going to FITM, that's really what I took the most out of the experience. Like, I learned a lot, but it's the people that I met and I've stayed in contact with, years down the line, they're actually emailing me or contacting me. Oh, I work for this, company now, and we need to do like a fashion show. Do you want to style it? So networking is really important. And also, you have to intern. You have to really pay your dues. It's really blood, sweat, and tears. Like, my portfolio, for it to look the way it looks now, people don't know that I started, really working like TFP shoots. You work for free. You collaborate. Right. Like, I went on modelmayhem.com. I built, a profile there. I contacted photographers and models and makeup artists, and you collaborate with them in order to, create these, like, conceptual, like, visual images that will help all your portfolios, but you do it for free, and you spend money for it, but
you don't appear there. You have to pay for gas.
You have expenses, like, especially for a stylist. I have to bring clothes, I have to bring accessories, so it's really, you have to really be committed.
Right.
So you volunteer, you intern. If there's an event, I'm always like, my ears are always
open.
Like,
right.
If someone has anything, I'll be like, oh, do you want to maybe collaborate on, you just have to, like, keep your doors or your windows, like, open to possibilities and just jump on them, because it's such a competitive industry. To me, if you're, a fashion student, it's good to have a degree, because, people will, if you went to fashion school, then but also, it's not a super necessity.
Yeah.
If you go out there, you really know you have a thing about styling, you have, the skills and the talent, just collaborate.
Right.
Have a friend, like, dress her up and take pictures of her, you know? Have a photographer. There's a lot of photographers out there.
Hook up with a photographer that wants to get portfolio stuff done.
And
a
your
model
friend
who wants to
or a wannabe model. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Like, put her in clothes, and, It's funny because starting out styling, for you to build your portfolio, I'm not, like, suggesting this for everyone, but I know a ton of stylists that you might have to buy things at the store and wear it once on your model. I mean, have your model wear it once and then return it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's just what you have to do. You can't buy things. I mean, you're like a broke artist when you start up. So it's just, put it out there, the effort.
Right.
There's no such thing as wasted effort.
No, not at all. So, also because you're just trying to capture that image.
Yeah,
so, I love that. That's a really good point. I did a video on your network, your network being your net worth, but it really is so important. It's more how people will remember you rather than, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that will give you the shot to get in to do a certain position. One more question. So this is shifting gears a little bit, but most of the people watching my channel are startup clothing brands. I'm really glad that you're here because you bring in an aspect that sometimes I think it gets overlooked. And this is why stylists and I think merchandisers exist. And so a lot of startup brands, they just kind of see graphics and you go, oh, I'm going to make that graphic, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
And it's really basic. So what should a new clothing brand, from your perspective of knowing merchandising and styling, what does a new clothing brand, what should they know?
They have to know, first of all, like, their voice. What are you trying to say with your clothing? Who are you trying to represent? You have to find your spot in the fashion industry and, in the clothing industry. That way, when you're stylist, if you hire a stylist or if you are a stylist, when you put things together, you're telling, as I said, you're telling a story and you're representing a person. Like, who is this person? Is he confident? What does he do? Is he an artist? It's always important because there are brands that don't become successful. It's because they don't know really who their core customer is, so they get lost along the way. They could get influenced by different things, and they could do too much at once, you know, trying to branch out into different things and not staying true to their core, you know, customer and their target, you know, market, that they get lost. And the customers get lost too because they don't know what is this brand. It's important to really have a strong voice, because you'll get lost. There's so many other brands that are popping up,
Right.
and if you don't, you know, if you're not that like you don't have a strong
Right.
like attachment or, you know, foundation,
Right.
then I don't think you're gonna be like so successful.
Having a clear story, having a heritage, and it makes it easier for you, right?
Yeah,
Because you,
yeah.
you have a. It's sometimes once it's strong enough, it doesn't
Yeah.
even have to be verbal. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, I know that brand, so when you're
Yeah,
starting,
visual,
you be,
yeah.
they'd be really good. Let's get a
Yeah,
top from them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. There are brands I work with, or if I see them, if I know, oh, we're gonna get a new brand for DJ Premium, and you know, I look up the brand and I see their lookbook or I see their website, and they have such a strong like, just like personality. The characteristic is so like, you know, strong. It's so easy for me to like replicate that or represent them when it comes to their looks that are going up on DJ Premium.
Right.
But there are other companies too where I look at their, you know, their website and I'm like, I don't get it. Who is this girl? It's
Right.
like, it's kind of like all over the place, you know.
Right.
So I think the brands that really have a strong voice, they're gonna go far.
See that, and she's a stylist, so look how it happens when it's trickling down to a person who's doing the production. When she's looking at so many brands, the ambiguous clothing line is gonna be, you know,
Lost.
gosh, yeah. I wish I gotta do a video on it, but you're gonna die of obscurity.
Yeah.
That's what you're gonna die from,
Yeah.
and it's, you know, if nothing else, of all the things that are so volatile in clothing, you'll die of obscurity if you don't stand for something.
Yeah.
So I want to thank my guest, Lady Maximo.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Please thank this lady on Instagram. Her handle is @LadyMaximo. You can see more of her work at drjays.com and djpremium.com. I also want to thank Oriana Kane, who is behind the glass here. Give a shout out to the Philippines,
Yeah,
because you know what?
Filipino.
Yeah. And I'm actually not Puerto Rican. I'm actually Filipino. That's another one in the books. Thanks for clicking on it. Please follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jon Phenom. And we'll see you guys on the next one. I love you all. Peace.